Ministry of Truth Tsarina Nina Jankovic declares parents concerned about racism disinformers. Racism has become one of those hot button issues that the Republicans and other disinformers have seized on. So if you complain about the indoctrination system pushing racism on your kids, you're a disinformer. Parents, remember what happened in Virginia? Are you going to remember at the end of this year when the ballots reopen again? Now, the federal bureaucracy is being weaponized against parents concerned about the radicalization and sexualization of K through 12 indoctrination, particularly in the younger grades. Yeah, that was the biggest problem about the parental rights and indoctrination bill in Florida. Why limit it to K through third grade? You shouldn't be talking about sexuality with kids until they hit puberty or shortly before, just so you can warn them about what to expect. Merrick Garland, dancing to the tune of the National School Board Association, portrayed parents protesting as domestic terrorists or domestic threats and organized law enforcement at every level to coordinate strategies against them. I wrote at the time, thank you, Mitch McConnell, for keeping Merrick Garland off the Supreme Court. The threat of the feds kicking down doors didn't scare off the parents' movement, so the next step, predictably, will be to silence the movement on social media and elsewhere. But how to do that? The same way they silenced coverage of the Brandon family foreign corruption. Label it disinformation. Now, the best part about this, though, is it's just like the herbivore movement in Japan. It's just like MGTOW here in the U.S. You could ban all mention of it, but you're not going to stop it. And this is more projection because these fuckers, they have bad ideas. Their ideas can't survive unless the government is enforcing them under the threat of violence. So they assume if they just stop us from spreading ours, then they can win. But guess what? Our ideas are the correct ones that we independently can reach naturally without having to talk to people. Again, like MGTOW. Every single guy I know who identifies as MGTOW, if he wasn't force-fed the red pill in divorce court, he was living that lifestyle sometimes for years before he even found out there was a label for it or there was a group of guys that he could talk to that share similar views. You can stop men from talking amongst themselves, at least in public, about certain things. But you can't stop them from looking out and seeing their dads, their grandparents, their uncles, their friends being fucked over by a corrupt, broken system, and then watching as no one cares about their suffering. What are you going to do about that? You actually have to fix the problem if you want to prevent that. So that's where things are headed via the creepy, bizarre caricature of the deep state, Nina Jankovic, head of DHS's planned Ministry of Truth. So now she's moving from targeting Russians to targeting parents concerned about racism. Brandon's new disinformation czar, head of the Ministry of Truth, dismissed the parents angry about racism being taught to their kids as disinformers weaponizing the issue for profit. I really can't wait until the pendulum swings back. It's going to be so glorious. Nina Jankovic, the controversial pick for Homeland Security's Orwellian Ministry of Truth, brushed off concerns when asked about the divisive race-focused teaching philosophy or racism while speaking in Ohio. Racism has become one of those hot button issues that Republicans and other disinformers who are engaged in disinformation for profit, frankly, have seized on, she said. She noted that she lived in Virginia, where Loudoun County, which saw throngs of parents angrily speaking up at school boards, was one of the areas where people have really homed in on this topic. And I bet you didn't learn anything from Virginia, did you? The claim, of course, is itself disinformation. Yes. So once they found out that she was going to be in charge of the Ministry of Truth, people have gone through her history and with a fine-tooth comb and already pointed out all her lies. Can you really trust this person to tell you what disinformation is? If you have even an ounce of faith in the Ministry of Truth and her new board, you haven't been paying attention. Well, that's how the certain side keeps getting votes, man. That's right. She also said liberals and minorities are censored more than conservatives on social media. And you know, I think I know what evidence she could have used. So every once in a while, a group of conservatives gathers together and uses the left's own weapons against them to get a bunch of them deplatformed. Kind of like how Flash was putting pronouns in his bio for a while and got Renfamous kicked off of Twitter like 4 times for misgendering. Every once in a while, we sometimes flip the script on them and use their own bullshit against them. And they use that as the excuse, even though, when they get permanently banned, they get brought back the next day. When we get permanently banned, we got to go through like 30 accounts. But totally, yeah. I mean, we're the ones being protected. Oh man, I am so excited to tell you guys right now that finally, after about a year of build-up and shilling, we have launched Blade Devil on Indiegogo, and so far it is doing so well thanks to awesome people like you. If you haven't backed it yet, then please check the links in the description and check out Blade Devil on Indiegogo. You will not be disappointed. Looking forward to seeing you there.